Hi guys, we're back with another tutorial. In this tutorial we're going to show you how to complete a task. In order to do that I'm going to create a new lead. Now we've already showed you how to do that in another video, so there will be some overlap, but bear with me. So if you guys remember, to create a new lead you go under the leads heading and the plus sign, new lead. So let's pretend we're on the phone with someone, and for this example I'll put in all of my info because it's just easier for me to know all of it. So the preferred name and the first name, we talked about this in our other video. You don't have to put the email, but I'm gonna. And you also don't have to put the phone, but I'm gonna as well. Type of transaction, pre-approval for purchase. We go down and we see, okay, we have to know where they're from. We'll say an existing client, and we'll say that existing client is James Smith. Now we've filled out everything we need to fill out, so you go to the very bottom, you click save. Now you have a new lead, and you can see along here there is a couple tasks that pop up. Now the first one, if we go by numbers, this is how you always want to do it. If you see a task, at least for the first few times, when you see a task come up, click on it as I did, and scroll to the very bottom. As you can see here, it tells you what the subject is, who owns it, which you can change, who the lead is, their info, and you can change the priority of the tasks too. Right now we have it all set as high. And then the description. This is the part you'll be most concerned about. So it says get more info from the lead. Could be their email, their phone number, etc. And or make contact with the lead if you have not already. So the reason why this task is popping up is because this box here says no. Have you talked to the client already? Since this box says no, it will not send any info to the client. So what it wants you to do in this task is to change this to yes. So at the point where you feel comfortable that you've talked to the client and they can get information from you, you click yes, and you click save. What you do, so when the task came up, we clicked on it and went into it. Now we've completed it. Unfortunately, you have to go back into the task and go to edit status and click completed. So whenever you complete a task, you have to go into it and tell Zoho that you have completed it. This will change in the future. It's in the works right now, where it'll know when you've completed it. But right now, you do have to go back in. If you scroll to the very bottom of your lead, you can see you've completed 1B, and you still have 2 other tasks. So if we scroll back up, we see, okay, number 5. What does that say? So we click on it again. It brings us into the task. Again, the same thing, who the lead is, info, who owns the lead, and we go to the description. The description says, to book a meeting, you must verify the meeting time with the client, and then create an event on the right-hand side of the page. An automatic email will send out to the client to remind them of this meeting. So this being said, we click back, and now we say, okay, it told me to book a meeting by adding a new event. Now to figure out how to do this, I'm not going to go into it now. We have another video on how to add an event, but what we wanted to show you in this video was how to complete tasks. So whenever a task pops up, you click, you look, you go back, you complete it, and then you go back in and click completed. Now if there's ever a time that the task does not pop up, that is because you don't need to do anything on this client. Tasks will pop up in a timely fashion, so sometimes you will complete 5 tasks and then nothing will pop up for a couple of days. In the final task that you complete, it will tell you, okay, you have booked a meeting. In a few days you will get a task reminding you of the meeting. So don't worry if you have no task. The system knows what it's doing, and it will give you a task based on the time of day. If you go home, you can see all of the tasks, so all your open tasks, all your closed tasks, all your overdue tasks. So sometimes, right now we don't, but you can sort by overdue, you can sort by today's, you can sort by the next 7 days to try to get ahead. So there's a lot of ways you can do this, and so whenever you open up your computer and you go to Zoho, you will see all of these tasks. in your home screen and under the specific lead. So under Massimo, you will see I still have to send him an email. So if you wanted to do this task again, you would click, go in, read what it says, come back out, and complete it. Eventually you will get to this point where you just see this task pop up, you're like, oh, I know what to do. You do it, and go in and click completed. So it will become faster, but we made this system so that when you're doing this, you read the task and you understand what the task is asking you to do so that anyone can do this task. And that's basically how to do a task.